Hello everyone, and this is something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be doing a Pokemon Pearl playthrough. I I don't know, I just kind of felt like it. A little bit of downtime that I might have over the course of this semester I'm in the middle of right now. But it's a little bit different from a normal playthrough. This is a Nuzlocke style challenge. And what this basically means is if you have a Pokemon in your party and it is KO'd by anything, it is deemed dead and thus is unable to be used any further, which normally would be okay because, you could catch new ones. But part of the other bit of rules is you actually cannot catch any Pokemon for your team with the exception of the very first thing that you find in any new route. So for example, what you would have seen so far is from Lake Verity, I have my starter Piplup, and from Route 202, I have the Starly that you saw right there. I was unable to catch anything at Route 201 because I ran into some random piece of junk when I was trying to get through that route just so I could continue with the storyline, because you don't have Pokeballs at that point in time, which really sucks. So basically, it's kind of an interesting set of rules. It's supposed to help increase the difficulty of the game a little bit because, in all honesty, Pokemon Pearl is relatively simple, but what's so bad about something different being added in, you know? So, all of the rules for this challenge, as well as any Pokemon that I have captured on any route, will be marked in the description of every video. So it's easy to keep track of what I've done and verify that all of this is the way it's supposed to be. Other than that, I'm not entirely sure what else to say at this point. This first part is supposed to be the second part. As you can tell, you kind of jump starting in the middle of everything already. Not really all that much was missed. Basically, the previous part didn't record properly, so this is the first part of it. But I guess as long as I explain everything, it should be okay. It's pretty self-explanatory exactly what would have happened. I'm currently in the process of trying to do a little bit of level grinding. I want to make sure that my Starly here is able to deal a chunk of damage to anything I can encounter in early game. So basically it's just nothing more than quick attack after quick attack, which gets a little bit boring after a while, so I don't mind if you kind of doze off during a good chunk of this first part. There are some trainer battles, as you can see here. So we're going to have Alexandria face... Oh great, another Starly. Well, I have level advantage, so it's relatively likely that I can win, especially since without accuracy modifiers, Quick Attack is 100% accurate, which makes it ideal for this sort of playthrough. And the one thing that's funny here is, despite the growl from the opposing Starly, I get a critical hit. That's perfectly fine for me, actually. But I'm also aware that critical hits are the bane of this sort of playthrough. A critical hit will usually mean complete death to whatever you have. So basically you have to hope to God you get lucky. Yeah, here's another battle. Sorry this isn't more interesting if you're watching this. I mean, it really isn't. It's just a couple of the doofs here. And so now we get a shot at seeing my Piplup, which I named Romeo. Yeah, it's kind of a strange name, I'm aware. But unfortunately, based on my educational background, I am a English and secondary education major here in college. So I've been doing a lot of reading of Shakespeare plays this semester in particular, Romeo and Juliet being one, and the most recent play was Antony and Cleopatra, which part of it, from what I've gathered, takes place in Alexandria, which is the basis of the Starly's name. So I've decided that all of the nicknames that will be encountered in this playthrough will have to do with stuff I'm actually studying in school. I'll make sure to explain each of the nicknames if people don't catch the references, which is perfectly fine. I don't expect everyone to catch the references, especially if I end up nicknaming some random Pokemon after some educational theorist. I mean, most people wouldn't catch that, I'll be honest. But just giving everyone a heads up about that. Piplup is doing perfectly fine right now, as you can see. I just keep using Bubble on everything because, as I tested, because of the higher attack stat, the higher special attack stat from a natural Piplup, this one is hasty-natured, despite the fact that Bubble has such low base power, it still does the same amount of damage as the higher base power Pound after factoring in the higher special attack and the stab that it gets on it. So now that Piplup went up a level, I'm going to give a little bit of something to Starly because I don't want to risk being under level. That would really, really, really suck. I don't want to lose any Pokemon if at all possible. If I do end up losing something, it'll probably be because of a critical hit, and I guess in my future narrations, because they'll be done at the same time as the actual recording. Unlike this one, of course. This one's actually being done after the fact, which is what I normally have done for any of my battles. So, I'm going to try and do recording the audio at the same time, and I'm also going to try to have it be at 15 minutes rather than me having to speed it up like this, because as you can tell, I sped everything up. I didn't realize that I actually had a 15-minute recording, so I had to speed it up a little bit, especially since, yeah, there was some pretty crappy camera work on this, I'll be honest. I know I'm rambling during this, but it's because there's not really all that much to talk about. And I don't really want to, I guess, just cut to music because, I don't know, what do you guys think I should do? If you're watching this and if you have any sort of comment as to what you think would be a little bit better, if I should try and put music into this, I mean, that's fine. Maybe I can do that for some gym leader battles. But, you know, let me know about things like this. I want to get an idea as to what I can do to improve the viewing quality. Because, yeah, some of this stuff is kind of boring, I'll be honest. I think I just learned Wing Attack there. I have a little bitty window over the bottom of the screen. Oh, and there's Lucas. He's technically your ally, but you know, nothing special. Telling you to check out the trainer school, which you will have to do to progress the storyline at this point in time. Currently, as you can see, I am in Jubilife City, which is one of the larger cities that you have access to, which is really cool. I mean, you don't get much better than this. So here I am, Jubilife City, just kind of run around a little bit, go into the Pokemart. Unfortunately, early in the game, you usually don't have a lot of money. And at this point in time, because I already have a chunk of Pokeballs I bought at the previous city, potions and other healing items are more important for this sort of playthrough, because you're not going to be capturing all too many things, which is fine. So, what the hell do I do here? Oh yeah, I decide to go... I can't talk. But I'm going west. I don't know why I went through here. I've played this before, but there's absolutely nothing over here. It basically provides a nice place for fishing, but I'm not entirely sure I want to go fishing yet. I do pick up the good rod here, which is awesome. No, wait, it's an old rod. What the hell am I talking about? But regardless, the only things you can catch with it are Magikarp, and I really don't know if I want one, especially if I have a Piplup right now, which is bulky and has a very good typing after it's fully evolved. So I'm going to run back down. I apologize for the break here, but I entered the trainer school, and there are 2 students you can fight, and each of them have Abras that have hidden power. I guess that's just so they can have an offensive attack, but I honestly have no idea what the hell hidden power this is. It's new. It does a good chunk of damage, unfortunately, for this point in the game, but it is not super effective on either Piplup or Starly, or at least this one. They might be different hidden powers. I don't even know. For all I know, that's like hidden power dark or psychic or I don't know. But yeah, these are the 2 trainers. They're off to the side, but it gets you a little bit of extra experience, and I'm gonna capitalize on that. So here's the second one. I do something kind of, I don't know why I did it like this. I get in 1 pound. An Abra's physical defense is lower than its special defense, so it hits me with a hidden power, and that does a ton of damage. That's 7 damage, and that tells me that I need to switch out. Otherwise, if there's a critical hit, and based on the amount of damage that I did with my pound, it could KO my starter, which would be really, really bad. So instead, I switched to Alexandria, and I hit it with a wing attack, which is a guaranteed KO, especially since it's physical, stab, just about everything cool about it. And it's got decent base power. I think it's 60. So I get a Piplup level up, and after this battle, what you're able to do is you go talk to the boy student, and he gives you the TM for hidden power. I'm probably not going to use it unless I happen to find that I have a Pokemon that has a good hidden power type, but it's pretty much random, and it's kind of difficult to work with, so I just switch my team and I leave just to go to the Pokemon Center. I'm going to be going right back in, because as you might have seen there at the blackboard, there is... forget his name, but he's the blonde-haired kid that in this game you grew up with, and you have a package for him. So you need to deliver that package, otherwise you can't progress the storyline at all. So here we go. I give him his package. You find out that there's 2 town maps. So just in case you're not really familiar with the Sinnoh region, you are able to look at the town map just to get an idea as to what you're dealing with, which is awesome. So he says he's going to go over to Orberg City, which is where the first gym badge is. It's a rock gym badge, and he runs off just like he always will. And that's it. So